Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we're checking out walkthrough part 2 for level 2 quarantine zone on The Last of Us, where we find the rest of the 8 artifacts, the 3 Firefly Pendants, and the other optional conversation. So here we are right where we left off from part 1. This is in the slums. We're getting ready to make our way into the rest of the quarantine zone. And as soon as we provide our credentials and slide our way through, we will get on to getting on. So if you're just tuning in, up in the left-hand corner, you're going to find the information regarding the level and what checkpoint you are on. Therefore, you can load in via the main menu to the checkpoint area. So in this particular one, it's actually the 3rd stage of the level, so the slums. And down below, we'll give you any information down in the bottom left of any collectibles or anything, which you'll see popping up here just ever so shortly. And it'll tell you any information regarding what artifact, manual, comic, whatever it is, and if there's any details about the name of it or maybe a little description of the optional conversation, whatever it may be. So anyways, we're just kind of making our way through here. Let us know what you think. What are you thinking of this game so far? We've experienced a few AI bugs and a few other issues, but we're curious to hear what your experiences are. So please tell us down below. You're having a great time. Is this the best game ever? Worst game ever? What's your thoughts? All right, so here we are right before you follow her over to the fence on the right. You're going to want to make sure that you go explore the area a little bit. Now, we are walking around. We don't know where we're going at this moment, and we'll get our bearings here. But right over here in this little puddle, right in front of this bench, you can see there is an artifact. So this is the drafting notice. We'll go ahead and swoop it up. Again, this is needing to be done before you walk over to her at the fence, because it'll cue a little cutscene and you will be sucked in. So, oh no, profane words. Gonna have to tell his mommy on him. All right, right over on the side here too, just steps away, there's another artifact. It's actually a wanted poster. And again, we take a quick spin around just to see what's going down, and we find out that our chick's still waiting for us over there. And oh, look at that, that's a familiar face. All right, so once you got both the artifacts, you can proceed over to her, and you will see that there is a little bit of a cutscene here. And then we're going to make our way through a little bit of the quarantine zone, and we actually find ourselves coming up on another artifact here pretty soon. But not before we find ourselves getting into a little skirmish with some of the local baddies. So this one right here, this is a little bit suspect. You can actually do this without even firing a bullet here if you just are patient. I get a little squirrely here and get... I don't know, make a fool of myself, I guess you would say. But basically, chick gets pissed. She pops dude right in the dome. Ready? Yeah, this dude's going to step up. Yeah, I'm badass, and I think I'm cool. This chick's like, nope, you're done. Get behind the box. All right. It tells you to crouch, but it does it for you, so you don't have to worry about it. And like I said, I get out my gun and I start popping here. I actually came back and played this again for reasons that I don't really want to talk about. And regardless, I come back through and I do a much cleaner job, but because of editing purposes and the flow of the video, rather than trying to splice it in or whatever, I just left this in here. So take out the 2 bad guys and clean up any ammo that they may or may not leave behind. I say 2 because Tess popped the one in the face. And make your way down, and then you're going to push her up. Push it good. I think it's weird, too, that there's, like, really not a jump option in this game, but yet there's a lot of traversing and climbing and stuff. It's kind of a different twist. Especially since Uncharted, I remember running all over the place. Jump, 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 jump. Kind of like SOCOM, too. You just always jump whenever you walk. It seems faster, even though it's not. All right, make it up top. You're going to make your way around, and you'll find a little gate that you'll slide through. And as soon as you drop down, you're actually in another area with some baddies, and they actually pipe up and give you a little information letting you know that they are waiting for us. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. I love how their heads are poking over the top. It's like a shark. They're like shark fins sticking out of the water. It's like they're hiding, but they're not. You know, and it makes you wonder, does a shark know that its fins sticking out of the water? It's a good question. Think he's trying to sneak up on us, like us right now? We're acting like a shark, trying to sneak up on them, but in plain sight and sticking out. Alright, so you can sneak all the way over here and swoop this guy. Depending on the order of how you take these guys out will determine the order of, or will determine where your artifact number 6 is. One of these 3 guys will drop a warehouse key. That warehouse key is your 6th artifact. Now, like I said, I've played this level a couple different ways, a couple different times, and the one way, as you can see here, I went through and I took these guys out, and if you look over to the right, Tess is doing the same. Another way I did it was just blasting. When I blasted, I ended up shooting the guy outside last, and that's where the warehouse key was. So no matter what, just pay attention to where all of the baddies are when you kill them, and one of them will have... Oh, did you see those Optima Red Tops over there? I just gave my buddy Jeff an Optima Red Top. If you don't know what an Optima Red Top is, you probably don't know much about cars. Or any kind of vehicle, for that matter. Anything that requires power. All right, speaking of power, we'll pick up that little Rite Aid on the ground there. Whatever it is, some sort of first aid. All right, and this is tricky. You can use your imagination here, and you can do this a number of different ways. We found that tossing the glass over into this other room and then waiting for him to go in there is a great method. Now, you got to be careful, though, of when you go in and where you are. If you look, I'm totally watching the guy in the other room, but I get spotted by the asshole out front. So make sure you're watching your corners and you're aware of where all the guys are. I should have used the listen feature and focused a little bit more. And, of course, headshots is always the way to go. What do you guys feel about this? So this is a shooter. How fluid do you feel the controls are as far as shooting goes? Like, I can do a lot of stuff. I can run, I can jump, I can do all the stuff that I need to do, you know, jumping over barrels and walls, and I can punch dudes pretty well. But the shooting mechanic to me seems a little bit off, and maybe I'm just a noob, but it seems really touchy. And I'm curious to see what you guys think. I may be in a world of my own, and I am totally aware that this could be a user issue, not a developer issue, or development issue, I should say. All right, so once all the baddies are cleaned outside, you're going to want to run inside the warehouse. You will probably find 1 or 2 more baddies inside, so don't let them surprise you like I did. I came in there thinking it was an empty house and had a little housewarming party in there. Go ahead and grab the bottle and don't get shot in the face, because that is not recommended for your complexion. Chicks might not dig you so much if you got bullet holes in your face with blood dripping. Not that it matters. We are in the apocalyptic future, so... We've already talked about the fact that we know Tess hasn't showered in at least 6 months, which is why we wear those gas masks. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to swoop around, try to backdoor this dude, because that's what we do. Shout out to Jag. What up, Jag? See, the problem is, though, we tried to backdoor this dude so hard that even he got lost. So now, upstairs in this warehouse, there are 2 little offices. One has the one has the glass, which is right behind me where I'm standing right now, and the other one has a Shiv. So as you can see, I already grabbed the Shiv, and I don't use it yet. Use the butt of my gun. And then we're going to go meet Tess downstairs by a door. See, I still can't pick that up. Oh, and there is some first aid in there. Yay, I did know what I was talking about. So now that I've grabbed everything that I need and I've taken everybody out, including grabbing that 6th artifact, the warehouse key, we'll use the health kit. That's another thing that's weird to me. Like, why can't I just push the button and let the... I shouldn't have to hold it. I'm lazy. My thumbs are not happy having to press and hold all these buttons for so long. No, I'm just kidding. It's easy stuff. Yeah, you should see my thumbs. I could win the Thumb Olympics. Seriously. Pretty fat beefcake thumbs. Ooh, and there's the culprit. Our protagonist. It's funny, my wife was reading some of this, and she was like, oh, she's a teacher, and she's like, oh, they use the word protagonist. That's such a good word to use. And I was like, yeah, that's what every game uses. And she was like, what? It's just funny. She's very into video games, but she doesn't pay attention to the technicalities. So stuff like words like protagonist and baddies, you know, common video game knowledge, not so common to the wife. All right, once you drop down after spotting Robert and you sneak over to the right, you can do this various ways. You can go left or right. As you can see, we chose to go right because there is an artifact right here, the shipping manifest. All right, remember earlier I talked about I had to play this level over again for reasons I didn't want to explain. Well, we'll get into that now. So in a minute here, there is a collectible right off to our right. In fact, it's 20 meters straight ahead of us, damn near right where that bottle's going to land right now. Or the brick, my bad. And for whatever reason, I get all the way over here, and I don't grab it. It's actually just a couple more steps past that green tub. And So I'm more worried about taking out the bad guys first, because that's what we always try to do. We try to take out the bad guys and then make a clean pass at a pickup rather than dying or looking like a noob, running crazy while firefighting. We try to make it as easy and obvious for you as possible. So I'm going to get this other guy. Meanwhile, I literally should have taken 4 steps and grabbed the artifact right now, but I didn't. And then the rest of the story goes like this. I complete this level without grabbing that artifact. I realize that I forgot the artifact. Then I go back and I replay this level. When I replay this level, I have to restart it from the beginning of the slums because this is the very end of the slums area, so I couldn't start at the cargo, which is right where we are basically. And about 30 seconds after we kill this guy, we'll be in the cargo. Now, I realize this, so I come back and I replay it all over again, and I get all the way to it. Now, I'm pretty OCD when it comes to like my editing and stuff. I try to make it as clean as possible, and when I make a rough edit, you guys have heard me talk about, oh, rough edit, horrible. But the fact of the matter is that I set up a clean edit and then got distracted. My son needed me. And when I came back, I finished the level. I didn't go get the collectible. So, yes, I was lucky enough that I got to play this level 3 times to pick up that one collectible. I literally nailed everything else. I got the conversations. I got all of the pendants. I got everything. But I had to come back and play it. So, laugh at me. That was my early noob moment of The Last of Us. I usually have 1 or 2 in a long series, so we'll mark that one down on the chart. I am making a quick little swing around the area here, looking for other items. At this point, I still haven't realized that I have forgotten the other collectible. So my bad. There's a rough edit, and here's my 3rd playthrough right here. So, yeah, buddy. Here we go. We're going to make our way back on over and pick it up now that everyone is dead and I've played it 3 times. See how easy that is? It's right there. I'm going to punch at it because I'm pissed. Actually, it's because of the damn button scheme. I don't know why Uncharted and, well, I should just say Naughty Dog. I don't know why Naughty Dog feels they have to change the button scheme that has been the shooter button scheme for years. I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons, but if I ever get a chance to ask them any questions, that will be one of the first questions I ask. Why do you use the controller scheme that you use? All right, and then we'll implement back into my old edit, and we'll finish the level as planned. So, yep, look at that. You didn't know you were going to travel through time in this video either, but yet we just did. So, oh yeah. All right, so right here I'm kind of doing some weird shimmy sham in it. If you're wondering what that is, I was kind of trying to set myself up for an edit, and then I realized when it was time to edit that I'd made a mistake, and it was further back. So I had to include that to make it all work, and yeah, buddy. Here we go. Robert throws some stuff at us. I believe it was his gun, and we go tearing ass after him. Now, it is possible that if you don't run fast enough that you can lose Robert, and you'll basically die and have to start over. Doesn't really affect much other than just having to restart. So once you make it through this last window, you catch him, and you have some words with him.
Hello, Robert.
Yes, Joel. No hard feelings, right?
None at all.
Ooh, Tanya Harding him.
We missed you.
If you don't know it's about Tanya Harding, look that shit up.
The guns. You want to tell us where the guns are?
Yeah, sure, but it's complicated.
Yeah, something tells me you're not talking your way out of this one, pal. Ooh, pow, right in the kisser.
Stop!
Hey, Joel, his arm doesn't bend that way. I wouldn't do that. You might hurt him.
I sold him.
Excuse me.
I didn't have much of a choice. I owed someone.
You owe
Blah,
us.
blah, 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 blah.
You bet on the wrong horse.
I just need more time. Just give me a week.
You know, I might have done that if you hadn't tried to fucking kill me.
Come on, it won't
Who
like
has
that.
our guns?
Well, with or without any of the bugs that we have or haven't been having,
Just give me a couple
one must say that the graphical presentation of this game is just absolutely amazing. Naughty Dog has blown my mind away, and the amount of use that they have gotten into this console, I mean, it's beautiful. And we've had this console for, what, 7 years now, 8 years now, and geez, we've seen a lot of awesome things, but, I mean, this has got to be one of the most beautiful, graphically driven games
That is a stupid
to date.
idea.
Pow! That's right. Yep.
Well, now what?
Ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
I'm trying to talk your way out of it. All right, so now that we decided Robert's fate, we're going to go ahead and push a little bit further ahead, and we're going to make our way into the cargo, which you'll see our title will switch in about 3, 2,
Where's Robert?
1, 0.
The guns he gave you, they weren't his to sell.
Bleak show. All right, that was my slow countdown.
Those guns.
I don't know if you liked it or not, but regardless, it is what it is. All right, so Marlene, you may or may not remember that face from the wanted poster. And Marlene is going to give us the digs on where we're going now. So, yeah, she is Firefly. She is wanted, and we're going to hang out with her. So we like to aid and embed with fugitives.
I'll show you the weapons.
All right,
I got
let's roll out.
What's it gonna be?
That's time. That's our call. Let's do it. All right, so there is one more Firefly Pendant that we will be grabbing. It is quite a ways up. There's a little bit of salvage or whatever you want to call it up here in just a second. Before advancing up the stairs, you're going to want to make your way around over here. And there's a table right behind me that I literally look at everything but it. I managed to not see anything on that table. That was a great pass through there. Gotta be proud of myself on that one. And then I realized, oh, wait. There's one table over there. And I see it right before I go up the stairs. You see that? I'm like, arch. All right, so pick that all up. Add it to your inventory. And then use the old shitter if you need to. The old honey bucket. Porta potty, whatever you want to call it. All right, when you get up top, just keep following Marlene. She's going to make you climb up a series of boxes. And we're going to basically get up onto a roof, and she's going to tell us a backstory. So I'm going to shut my mouth so you guys can hear a little bit of it for those who haven't had the pleasure of playing this yet. And I will continue here in just a second because she gets a pretty big piece of the story going here.
Holy shit. Is that your people?
What's left of them? Why do you think I'm turning to you guys? This way.
So why now?
We've been quiet. Been planning on leaving the city, but they need a scapegoat. They've been trying to rile us up.
Looks like they did.
We're trying to defend ourselves. Joel, give me a hand with this.
All right, make sure you pick up the salvage before leaving the room and helping Marlene. It's very important. I'm just cruising around looking for more stuff here. Yeah, we know you need help. Come on, let's help her. Do it. Somebody give this chick a Pepto-Bismol or something.
How you holding up?
I'll live.
Ruh-roh.
Hold up. Soldiers. That's the way out. The door into the bridge.
Ain't a big fan of these odds.
We can sneak by them, even though I know that's not your style.
We'll see how it goes. Let's get moving.
Alright, so we're just gonna crawl our way on up and over. This is kind of a tricky part up at the top of the stairs here. I did make a mistake or two in my first attempt. And there is a pretty easy way to do it. And I will show you that now. You come up the stairs and you're going to want to slowly crouch and go to the left through this door. Grabbing the brick is totally up to you. You don't necessarily need to. And what we're going to do is hop over this little desk and then grab Homeboy and choke him out. While you do this, Marlene grabs the dude over there and drops it like it's hot. Alright, so now we got a couple more dudes up here. But before we get to them, grab the collectibles here. Not collectibles, the items. The health and the whatever that was. Some sort of a, look like scissors. It's hard to see on my little preview window. Alright, once we get to that last window, hop out and grab Homeboy. Choke him out. Realign his neck for him. There you go. Chiropractic care done. All right, now you can see there's actually a guy right here, and there's a guy who actually assassinates another person on the bridge. I don't know if we'll get to see it in this take or not, but there's a dude that blasts on an innocent bystander, and you can see there's a pile of them over there too. And I try to get tricky and use a brick to make him look the other way, and my aim not so good. So I kind of more or less got their attention, and now you're going to slide on by. I've noticed too that the vision of the AI is kind of suspect sometimes, because sometimes they'll be looking right at you and they won't see you, and sometimes they won't be looking at you at all and they'll see you. I've had some pretty big AI issues. That's my biggest complaint so far, is the AI. There was a moment that was scripted that I was having some issues with. This is an interesting moment too. Watch this. So you just watched me walk that remix. All right. We watched this guy walk down the stairs, but then he's gone. But he's there. So we already knew there was a guy down here. I still haven't figured out, is he patrolling up and down? But yet this was the guy that just shot and killed the people on the bridge. So is this guy really that important that he's walking and getting to shoot people? Or was that just a weird technological glitch there that had one guy morph, or two guys morph into one? I don't know. I will probably never know. You guys might have some insight for me. If you guys are playing through and you get to that part, see if there is two guys. Because I really feel like one guy was walking down the stairs and he just disappeared, while the other guy was already down there. Maybe not. I don't know.
This way. It's not far now.
All right, so we're getting pretty close to meeting a very monumental character in this story here. And once we meet this character, spoiler alert, it's Ellie. Once we meet Ellie, we will actually get to the last Firefly Pendant, and that'll wrap up Quarantine Zone for us. But we got to get a nice little scare first and have a little bit of a dramatic entrance. So we'll climb up these stairs, and we'll get that going, huh? Somebody's baking brownies. See, we're in a bakery. Why wouldn't we stop and, like, make a cake or something? I don't know whose birthday it is, but it's somebody's birthday somewhere. I'm telling you, man, this chick needs some Pepto-Bismol.
Let her go.
You're recruiting kind of young, aren't you?
She's not one of mine.
Shit. What happened?
Don't worry, this is fixable. I got his help. But I can't come with you.
Well, then I'm staying.
Ellie, we won't get another shot at this.
No, the food I ate was too much. I'm going to have to lay down and chill out here.
That's not exactly close.
You're capable. You hand her off, come back. and we'll
Yeah,
take care of
she
this.
clearly has some sort of a wound, like a
Speaking of
bullet
which, where are you?
or a stabbing or
Back in
something.
our camp.
We're not smuggling shit until I see them.
You'll follow me. You can verify the weapons. I can get patched up. But she's not crossing to that part of town. I want Joel to watch over her.
Shit, I'm not
Ellie,
Girlfriend.
How do you know them?
I was close with his brother Tommy. Said if I was ever in a jam, I could rely on him.
Was that before or after he left your little militia group?
All right, come on, guys. Flappity, flappity. We got it. Let's roll.
Just take her to the north tunnel and wait for me there.
Jesus Christ.
Just cargo, Joel.
No more talking.
Now, when I first saw Ellie in character art and stuff in magazines, I totally thought she was modeled after Ellen Page. And the fact that her name was Ellie even kind of made me feel even more that that was the case. But, you know, not kind of a shock to me that Ellen Page wasn't the voice. Actually, old Chrissy Seaver from the old Growing Pains show happens to be the character that they used, and it kind of even seems to be a little bit looking like her as well. So, never really thought Ellen Page and Chrissy Seaver looked alike, but there is a little bit of similarities there on a minor scale. All right, so here's the last Firefly Pendant. Right after we walk out of the bakery with Ellie, we're just going to cross the street before going down the stairs, which is where we're supposed to head out for the story, and grab that Firefly Pendant. Not a lot happens here. We head down into the subway, make our way across, climb up a wall, and then make it into Joel's apartment. And that's essentially the end of this video. So I'm going to sign off for just a second, let you guys kind of listen to this banter back and forth between these two while they make it all the way up in, and then I'll check out for our see you later segment. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy.
Where are we going?
Up there. That'll get us to the north tunnel.
How are we supposed to reach that?
Just give me a minute.
All right, that brings us to a close on Level 2 Quarantine Zone Part 2 walkthrough, where we find 8 artifacts, 3 Firefly Pendants, and 2 optional conversations. We did find the Shiv and some other stuff along the way, so we're just getting this party started, people. Why don't you guys head on over to Facebook and Twitter and comment, vote, subscribe down below. Tell us what's going down, what you like about this game, what you don't like, if there's any monumental moments you've had yet or ones you've heard about that you look forward to, or whatever the case may be. We're curious. The Last of Us has been the Game of the Year nominee for us for quite a while, and now that it's here, we want to hear what you have to say. All right, well, you know the drill. As always, until next time, so yeah.